This is what a $10 million waterfront lifestyle actually looks like in Fort Lauderdale. And by the end of this tour, you will understand exactly why. I'm Lourdes Maestres with the MPH team at Compass, and I have been selling luxury waterfront real estate here in Fort Lauderdale for 17 years. Today, I want to walk you through a home that I think is genuinely one of the most intentionally built waterfront properties I have brought to market in Coral Ridge, a neighborhood that I lived in for 10 years. I actually moved from the west side of the city to the east side after looking at so many homes. I chose Coral Ridge. This home you're about to tour was built by Glenn Wright, and it's part of Glenn's Wellness Collection. Glenn has built hundreds of homes throughout South Florida and is a recognized name in Fort Lauderdale's luxury construction market. If you are local to Fort Lauderdale, I am sure you have seen his homes and you may be living in one of them. If you're from out of town, I would be happy to show you around other homes built by Glenn. He is known for his quality and signature concrete and steel construction, delivering homes built to the highest standards of durability and design. This 5-bedroom, 6.5 bathrooms, just under 5,500 square feet of living space, built in 2024 with solid concrete and steel, private elevator, gas fireplace, temperature-controlled wine room for the wine lovers, resort-style pool, and 85 feet of intracoastal frontage with a dock engineer for boaters. Stick with me, because the floating glass staircase alone is going to stop you. And wait until you see what the pool looks like facing the park across the water, which, by the way, you will never lose this unobstructed view, and that is what a $10 million view looks like. Unlike many waterfront communities, much of Coral Ridge offers no fixed bridges, easy boating access, and large docks. And that is why this area is honestly the dream of many boaters. So as we pull up, the first thing you notice is just how clean and composed this home feels. From the street, the circular paver driveway is wide and elegant, and the facade is completely contemporary, clean lines, deliberate proportions, nothing overdone. And here is something I always tell buyers when we look at a home like this in South Florida. That metal roof is not just a design statement. It is engineered to perform through whatever weather this state delivers for decades. And after being here for 30 years, I know what that metal roof is about. And the CBS construction underneath it, that's concrete block and steel, no wood, just the millwork inside the home. That means this home is built to the highest standard available in residential construction in Florida. That matters for insurance, that matters for longevity, and it shows in every detail of this build. Okay, so we step through the front door and immediately two things happen. First, these 22-foot ceilings open above you and create this incredible sense of volume and light. And then straight ahead through the floor to ceiling glass, the intracoastal, unobstructed, immediate. That is your view from the moment you walk in. But I want to stop right here at the entry because this floating glass staircase deserves a moment. This is one of the most striking architectural features in this home. The floating design opens up the entire entry so you can see through the living space and the water beyond the moment you step inside. It is both a structural statement and a piece of design that very few homes in this city can offer. I have walked through a lot of homes in Fort Lauderdale over 17 years, and I can tell you, the moment when the door opens and the water is right there and that staircase is rising above you, that is when buyers stop talking. I have watched it happen in this home more than once. The flooring moves between large format tile and rich hardwood, And the lighting fixtures up in these volume ceilings are dramatic in exactly the right way. Over here, the wet bar, positioned perfectly so it is accessible without crossing the room. Finished to the same standards as every surface in this home. This is a room built for living and for entertaining, and it is extraordinary at both. Now, let's talk about this kitchen, because this is where Glenn Wright really delivered. Wolf appliances, Sub-Zero refrigerator, Miele coffee station. If you know these brands, you already know exactly what level of kitchen this is. For those who are not as familiar, Wolf, Sub-Zero, and Miele are the professional grade appliances that serious cooks and serious buyers specifically ask for. Not because they look impressive in the photos, because they perform. The gas range in the choice of anyone who actually cooks. The Sub-Zero is integrated and it disappears into the cabinetry rather than announcing itself. And the coffee station, my favorite. I want to tell you how many buyers walk into a kitchen like this and immediately picture their morning routine. The island anchors everything. It is generous in scale and position so the kitchen connects naturally to the living areas without any barriers between them. This is where guests end up at every dinner party, always. And the walk-in pantry provides dedicated storage for the household that generally uses its kitchen. Cabinetry runs floor to ceiling, clean and considered, custom millwork throughout. The countertops are exceptional in both material and finish. And this kitchen opens completely to the outdoor living area, so when the glass slides away, inside and outside becomes one continuous entertaining space. I want to ask you a question. What is the most important thing for you when it comes to a kitchen? Is it the design? Is it the view that you have when you're cooking? Is it having extra space, like the pantry, a walk-in pantry? Or is it the finishes of the countertops? Or the brand of the appliances? Please drop it in the comments, because the answer on this one are always divided. Let's walk in through the dining area. This dining area sits perfectly between the kitchen and living spaces. Large enough for a real dinner party, intimate enough to still feel like a private meal. And then there is the fireplace. Now we all know South Florida is very hot, but in South Florida, a fireplace is never a necessity. It's always a decision about the kind of evening you want to have here. This is a gas fireplace, so the ambience is immediate and effortless. And on a cool December night in Fort Lauderdale with the Intracoastal visible through the glass behind you and a fire going here, this room delivers something that most homes at any price point simply cannot. The first floor was designed as an office, not converted, not an afterthought. It sits away from the main entertaining areas, accessible from the entry without crossing through the living spaces, and finished to the same standards as the rest of the house. So if you have an office meeting and you don't want anybody walking through your house, this is very convenient. This is basically where deals get done, where business gets run. The natural light in here is excellent. And right here, the wine room. Temperature controlled, serious storage, not for decoration, but for the wine collector. This is exactly what a home at this level should include. Now for the buyer who is not a collector yet, consider it an invitation. Either way, it is one more detail that tells you Glenn Wright thought through every inch of this home. Now we go upstairs, and this is where the home becomes personal. The primary suite is positioned exactly where it should be, facing east, facing the water. It's private. The bedroom is generous in scale with ceilings that continue the volume of the main living level, a room that breathes rather than confines. And now step out onto the private balcony, right here. This is your view every single morning. The Intracoastal catching the light, the boats moving quietly, the state park green across the water. I have brought buyers up here who have been on the fence about the home, and the moment they step onto this balcony, the decision is made. There is something about waking up to moving water that changes how you feel going into it every day. Now, this beverage station in the primary suite, I love this detail because it means the first cup of coffee of the day does not require you leaving this floor. You step out here, you have your view, and the morning begins exactly the way it should. The walk-in closets are sized and organized for a wardrobe that matches this address. And the primary bathroom, this is where this home makes its most intimate statement. Freestanding soaking tub, positioned with natural light, an oversized shower with frameless glass, dual vanities, no compromises. Every finish at the highest tier available. This bathroom feels like a 5-star hotel spa because that is exactly what it was designed to be. Primary suite with a water view balcony. Does that move the needle for you when you're buying? Or is there another feature that matters more? Tell me below. I would really like to know because I read every single comment. Beyond the primary suite, there are 4 additional bedrooms, and I want to be clear about something. In this home, there is no drop-off in quality as you move through the secondary spaces. Every bedroom benefits from the same finishes, the same fixtures, the same intention as the rest of the build. This is a complete home, not a showcase with compromises hidden behind closed doors. The second bedroom is the natural guest suite, private, well-proportioned, finished to a standard that makes overnight guests feel genuinely taken care of. The third works equally well as a second guest room, a teenager suite, or a second home office. The fourth and fifth bedrooms offer flexibility, a nursery, a fitness room, a media space, a staff quarters, since you actually have one on the first floor as soon as you enter the garage. That will be a great guest room or a great staff quarters. Whatever life requires at this address, the space is here for it. And the private elevator connecting the floors. Once you have an elevator in your home, you never want to be without it. It's practical for a household of any size, and at this level of build, it is simply a future that should be here. And it is. So let's step outside, let's go together, because this is where everything comes together. Take a look at that pool, the pearl tile that catches the light in a way that photographs cannot fully capture. You actually need to come and see this in person to understand what it feels like. This is the reason people move to Fort Lauderdale and Florida. It's positioned along the Intracoastal, so whether you're swimming laps or you're floating on a Sunday afternoon, you're always facing the water the entire time. And directly across, you have the state park, that lush green parkland stretching along the opposite bank. This is the view from the pool. This is the view from the spa. Fort Lauderdale's own Central Park right across your backyard. The spa and the pool are heated. And you're probably wondering, why would you have a heated pool here in South Florida? It is so hot here. And you are right. But I promise you, when you're down here in December, January, or February, you are going to enjoy this heated pool. It is not here for decoration. And let's take a look at the fire pit lounge. It creates an evening atmosphere out here that is unlike anything you can replicate indoors. On a cool night with the park across the water and the flames reflected off the pool's surface, this outdoor space is extraordinary. The outdoor kitchen is a serious entertaining setup, fully equipped, built for real use, designed for hosts who entertain outside as often as they do inside, which at Fort Lauderdale a dress like this is in most weekends from September through May. And then the dock, 85 feet of intracoastal frontage, no fixed bridges to the ocean. For anyone serious about boating, you know exactly what that means. Zero navigational compromises. You bring your yacht, your sports fish, whatever the weekend requires. Fort Lauderdale has more miles of navigable waterways than any other city in the United States. From this dock in Coral Ridge, you can access all of them. Are you a boater Or is the dock more of a dream right now? And if you had this outdoor space, please tell me, what would your ideal Sunday afternoon look like out here? Drop it in the comments. Before we close, I want to come back to something important because the difference between a home that photographs beautifully and a home that lives beautifully is in the details you do not see immediately. Glenn Wright built this home with concrete and steel, hurricane impact windows and doors throughout. This home comes with a 2-year home warranty from the builder, which, when you're buying a new construction at this level, gives you an important layer of confidence in the investment that you're making. There is no mandatory homeowners association here, no restrictions, no monthly fees, no limitations on how you use the property. This is entirely yours. The property sits on a 10,426 square feet lot in East Fort Lauderdale, the kind of land that simply does not become available often in this neighborhood, especially Waterfront. And the address is within a newly established minimum wake zone on the Intracoastal, which means calm waters, better for vessels, better for the dock, better for the lifestyle. This is 2010 Intracoastal Drive. This home is listed by me, Lourdes Maestres, with the MPH team at Compass. If you want to schedule a private showing or you just want to have a straight conversation about whether this is right for your life, the link is in the description. I personally respond to every inquiry. This is what Fort Lauderdale living is supposed to feel like.
Not loud, but you can feel it. That's so